Good morning, everyone, and welcome to Grow and Clip Bonsai First Seniors. Today is February 21st of 2025. It's Friday. It's 11 degrees Fahrenheit or a minus 12 degrees Celsius. The sunrise is about 6:37 a.m. Sunset about 5:32 p.m. Central Standard Time, and the days are getting longer. You can see it's growing longer by the minutes. The time right now is 6:30 a.m. We're going to work on my lazy hibiscus because this hibiscus, it was growing good in the wintertime, and then all of a sudden, this last spring, last year, it just had no life from like late spring all the way until late fall. And all it was a stick. I cut it back and I sealed the wound, and it just stood there. So I figured, okay, I'll leave it in the basement, give it a chance, and sure enough, it came back to life. And you can see how it started growing again. So we're going to give it a repot because the last repotting on this was on August 23rd of 2021. And yes, this is in pencil, so you can see how long pencil lasts. And we're going to do this in our Ted's mix. And I'm going to put my gloves on because right now with all the cold weather and working on the soil and working on the fish yesterday, my hands are cracked and dried. So if I can get these on, we'll start. And I'll have to put some kind of cream on there. I usually put a Band-Aid on it, and they heal up faster. But what are you going to do? That's life. So we're going to take our tag out. Yeah, pencil holds up real good being outside in the rain and everything. And I'll just put today's date on there when I repotted it again. So let's take our rocks out. And as you can see, I got my little pumpkin in here. Let's put this down so you know what I'm doing here. I got my little pumpkin here to say it was almost fall when we put it in. So let's see what happens. Let me open my bucket up so we can throw the other soil in there. And yes, I reuse the soil. If I can't use it in my bonsai pots, then I use it for the yard outside. So all I'm going to do is go through this. We're going to add. You're going to use Ted's mix, and we're going to add a little bit of. We're going to give some Dr. Earth in here because I want her to come out and start growing. So, let's see if we can get her out. There we go. Throw in the old soil. And that soil is crumbling pretty good. You don't have a root rake or anything else, use a chopstick. So I'm using a chopstick today. But if you can go to Matt from Bobcat Bonsai site, and he makes root rakes, and he makes them in wood handles for those of you with arthritis or don't like to feel a cold steel on your fingers. That's the best. And you can see the nice root system she's developed. Why you call your plants she? Because when they flower, I call them the girls, and the ones that don't flower, I call them the guys. So, yeah, just my little way of doing things. But you can see the nice root system on here. Let me turn this a little bit this way. And you can see the mound of soil on there. So right now, before I do anything, I'm going to take my shears and I'm just going to cut just these here off right here. And that's it. I don't want to cut any more off. Then I'm going to take my ironwood long needle nose pruners, because you know nothing cuts wood like ironwood. And I'm going to take this growth off right here. And I'm going to stick it in my little jar of water there, so I can see if I can root them. And you can see there's a root right on top here. So I'm just going to cut it off like that. Now I got my tub of water here with fish water in here, but before I stick it in there, so I'm going to let it sit until we can get the pot cleaned up. I'm going to take some of my Wildwood Organics, the soluble one. And I'm just going to stick a little bit in there like that into the water. And if I don't use, you know, this is going to be for soaking. And then after that, I'm going to use the water for my other plants. Let's stick that there. Let's take our chopstick and mix it up. Now that didn't work too good. Take our spoon, that's better. Get a good flow. Rinse it real good. Got it in there real good. Got it all dissolved. And we'll take our little tree. Put it in there so the roots get coated with the beneficial bacteria and get hydrated. So we'll take our soil here. Pop it in. Take our old roots out of here. Now I missed the bucket there. What are you gonna do? I gotta sweep the floor anyway. Okay, now you can see the bottom. Oh, let's put it here for now. I know it's a mess, but what are you gonna do? You gotta clean up. You gotta clean up. Okay, now I'm going to take my number 7 knitting mesh. And I get this at Hobby Lobby. So right now, I don't need this section, so I'm going to put this in a drawer for later. And you know what, Tom? Your eyeballs are crooked. You cut the wrong line. I never listened to my dad when he said, never grow old, son, never grow old. So we're just going to get a little bit over here. And with the mesh, you can always cut in a straight line. You ain't going to be crooked. Ain't. Well, okay, English teachers, if you don't like ain't, I can't say the word ain't. What are you gonna do? That's life. And we got it. There we go. Let's see if it fits. And you can see we got a booger on there. Take that off. Another one there. Those come from the outside. Squish the leaving daylights out of them. And that right into the bucket. So, swipe it off real good. Always good to check the bottom of your pots. Put that in. It's just a little bit long, but I think we can cut it and use the squares for something else. I forgot about the little nubs in there. There we go. Fits like a glove. I'll put these on the side with the knitting mesh so I can put that away later. Now we get out our Dr. Earth. And let's see what we got here. Let's put the cover. Well, okay, let's put the cover there. And we'll get our Dr. Earth. I should hopefully have enough. I gotta get the Teds to get another bushel of this. I can always mix your soil, but you can see how the soil looks. It's got lava rock, perlite, and I think he uses cocoa core in here. So I got that in there. And then we're going to take our Dr. Earth. And if I can open the bag with these gloves. I should have opened it before. There we go. And then we're going to take a heaping quarter teaspoon Dr. Earth and put it in the bottom. Is it a quarter teaspoon or a quarter tablespoon? I can't. Who knows? Well, it's a little spoon. What are you gonna do? Seal up real tight because we don't want no moisture in there. And then let's mix it up. Add it in. And then I'm going to wet it down. I do that because this way here, even though you're watering from the top, the dry is still bottom, so it takes all that time to get in there. But by doing it this way, it helps to get the soil saturated towards the bottom easier. So, this is our little tree. And I think we can put a rock over here. But we're going to cut some of these dead leaves off after I get it in. So we're going to get our Teds mix. We're going to make a little mound of soil here. And you're going to say, Tom, you're going to cut these big, heavy, thick roots off? Not right now, because if I do that, I don't have no life in her. And there's just a little bit left. If I cut this big one off, it takes a lot of feeder roots off. I can do that later on, maybe in the fall again if we repot her, because I want her to get some vim and vigor. So we'll just pull her out a little bit. Straighten that joint out. Well, I cracked it. So that's telling me, she says, it's got to go. Okay. So take that root off. I don't know if this will grow, but we'll just throw it in here and leave it there for now. And we'll put her over here so these roots can come out. Just like that. I think that's a good spot for her. And we'll give her some more soil here. Yeah, I'm getting low. Low, low, low. I can always make my own, don't worry. It's hard for me to get out the Teds because there's a lot to do in the right now. And then if I'm lucky, I'm going to be at my landscape convention on Friday. And to see all the new product that's coming out, all the new trees that are coming out, all the vendors for the perennials and trees and everything else of that their nature. See what kind of fertilizers are out there, what kind of, if the lava rock not the lava rock, but if the feather rock people ever come back again. Here it is. Okay, so now we're going to hold her steady, fire in that soil into the roots, get all, jiggle her around a little bit so we can get everything in there. Now hibiscus is a nice one to start, and you can see it's very forgiving. That which was dead is alive. Ah, that's my phone. When you get a text message, that's what it does, it dings. There we go. No, I'm not addicted to answering the phones. Let it sit there. It's important they'll call. That's the way I feel. Let's give it a little spin around there. So in this area here, I got this nice piece of lava rock, or not lava rock, but featherstone. And we'll just nestle it in right there. And this goes outside in the spring. So she'll be all right. Barring any of the animals digging in here, especially the squirrels when they're hiding nuts and looking for nuts. But they gotta eat too. So just put that around there. You're gonna say, Tom, you gonna put moss on here? No. Because I gotta bring it in. I will put some sand around there and we'll decorate it that way. And I got my statues outside. I have to bring them in and clean them. I wanted to see how they'd last in the wintertime with all this cold, and so far nothing broke. Even the porcelain elephants didn't break. Can you figure that out? So that was pretty good. Yeah, Ted's is in Tinley Park. I want to get out there because I want to get another eucalyptus and try again. I don't know if that one's going to take off any, but I don't think the basement is good for eucalyptus because it's probably too cold and too damp and not enough light. From what a lot of my viewers were telling me, from one of the comments, I forget which lady or person said that. And then another guy with the amaryllis, he leaves his bulbs in the bulb in the ground and doesn't repot it. And he's got his the size of a 16-inch softball. So that's like that. And he's always got some nice flower stalks on it. Okay, so we'll get Mr. Elephant. I'll give it a little watering here. The feather rock is nice and light and it's easy to work with. And then I'll put her back in her location. But before we go into anything else, I'll take my small ironwood shears and I'm just going to take off some of these yellow leaves. And let these grow. This one here is a little pukey looking. And we'll go from there. And yes, I had a paper towel ready. And we're just going to wipe it off. And now what else can we do with this? Now we can't put the pumpkin back there because it's almost going towards spring, so I'm going to have to find something later. But let me get some of this, our green sand. Who says you can't use sand to decorate everything? For $2.49, you got instant moss. I got moss on the plants outside, so we're going to see how they survive the winter. But for my tropicals, I know I could put a ground cover in there. But right now, I'm just going to put this in. A little bit of lawn, a little bit of lawn. A little bit of green grass. So you know what today is? Today's Friday. And what's Friday? Friday night is dance night. So Grandma, get Grandpa off that couch. Say, come on, Grandpa, quit watching TV and wasting away there, and let's have a little dance together. Grandma feels like dancing. Why not? Wives, let your husband rest a little bit after work and then when all the kids are to bed, if you don't have children and you're all alone after he rests, after a long day, sit back, relax, hold each other's hand. Listen to some big band music when music was music. You see what you can do with sand. If you don't have any ground covers or anything like that, just get some sand and decorate. And if you got children, let them decorate it for you. Grandma, let the kids decorate for you. Now you can see my ginseng hibiscus with the eyeballs is missing. Well, I gave it to my neighbor because she wanted to try to do bonsai, and she was going to buy one of them expensive bonsai trees, and I told her, no, 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 no. Because they go outside, and you got to start small, so I want her, if she can take care of this one, she can start up with some more tropicals. Because you can't buy the evergreens, like the junipers, that Green Mountain junipers or anything else of that their nature, because they need to be outside. I mean, they're good to bring in the house once in a while, you know, like for the holidays or something, just to show them off. But other than that, they got to grow outside, so they got to overwinter outside. At least the ones that I have. There we go. And now, well, that's tough to pick there's our front, because I was going to think of this as our front, but I think this is our front. That'll be better. And all you do is take your spray bottle, hit it, and you can see how nice the sand turns. It's got a nice color to it. Yes, it's got to get hydrated. There we go. Now, can we put something in here? What can we put? Do I got an aminal? Aminal. Animal. I don't know. Nah, I gotta look for some. I thought I had, but I don't. I will find something for later. I got the statues outside. So then I'll mark this with today's date for the repot. So what is this? This is 25. So that's what, 4 years not repotted. So it's been slow growing on this one. So, you have a good day. Dance with your sweetie pie. Surprise your wife, gentlemen. Say, honey, we're going to listen to some big band music. Have a nice hot cup of tea together. Sit back, relax, have a little dance, and enjoy some big band music when music was music. And we're going to listen to some Benny Goodman. And the first one we're going to listen to is Sing, Sing, Sing. And that is one fabulous song. So if you can, get on the internet, go to YouTube, and find Benny Goodman and Sing, 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 and you'll be amazed at the opening of this song, of this music. I mean, this That's my favorite. I wish I had a ringtone like that. Take everybody and have a good day and have a great weekend.